Welcome to a special wave report for the North Atlantic, providing by your OBX wave reporter here, Robert Scribbler. On the OBX wave report, we discuss all things waves, weather, climate, and beach lifestyle. And for this episode, we are going to talk about the North Atlantic, and we are going to go into a special report here on a weather system that is expected to pump up some serious surf for Portugal and possibly for the big wave spot at Nazare. Right now, we have a very powerful 1040 millibar high pressure system just sitting out here like a burly beast in the middle of the North Atlantic. It's blocking up a storm system off the US East Coast, which right now is hurling some big waves at the Outer Banks, big waves in the range of 5 to 9 feet. But for the eastern portion of the Atlantic, the wave situation looks even more gnarly. And I've advanced this model just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and back it up so you can see present conditions. So this is the big high pressure system out here, just causing all sorts of mayhem. I don't know if mayhem is exactly the right word, but it is sitting out here in its tall glory, pushing the flow of moisture here to the north and smashing up the isobars running in between Ireland and Spain and Portugal here. And we've got a big old gale that's roaring across the North Atlantic now. And this thing is expected to just whip on around, carrying weather with it in the form of, looks like a storm here heading into France, and just a general flow of moisture. I don't know if this technically counts as an atmospheric river, but it's a big flow of moisture moving right across the northern end of this high pressure system with a couple of low pressure impulses piggybacking along. And you can see those isobars packed nice and tight running in through northern Spain here and into Portugal on Monday. And then I'm going to go ahead and advance the model so you can see these isobars traverse down the coastline, get packed real tight, bring in some of that moisture along with it, suck in a little piggyback low pressure system here to the north of Ireland, and then by Tuesday morning provide some pretty stormy conditions for the beaches over there in Portugal and Spain, but also give you this big old fetch here. You can see all these isobars just running from Greenland to Spain and Portugal, and that's a big wind generator. And so we're going to see a lot of fetch, a lot of wind, a big gale, and it's going to all be pointing right toward the Portuguese and Spain coast, according to the global forecast system model. And I wanted to show you the Earth null skull representation of these winds. Out here you have the high pressure system, a big old burly high pressure system that's dominating the North Atlantic in this model. You've got the winds sweeping down from the north, just coming in, roaring on past Iceland and Ireland. And the angle of these winds are almost due north, and you've got near gale force conditions out here in the North Atlantic between Iceland and Ireland. And then out here in the North Atlantic, you also have near gale force conditions. And then as you get on in closer to the coast, those gale force conditions intensify and you get solid gale. And you've got fetch in the range, looks like about maybe about 1,000 miles of fetch here. So a very significant long-running wind here off the North Atlantic in gale force and near gale force conditions. And what that is doing is it is expected to kick up the swell in a serious way at the ocean surface. And we're expected to see in the near coastal waters in the range of 27-foot significant wave heights just off Portugal and Spain. And these significant wave heights, even really close to the coast here near Nazare, are expected to range between 22 and 24 feet. So a big wave event expected for the coast of Portugal and Spain here, associated with a big gale coming off the back of a Burley high pressure system. And this continuing for Tuesday. So a supplemental wave report for you, a special report. I would be very interested to hear what happens there in Nazare over the next few days, but right now the models are pointing towards some big waves headed your way. So thank